What the hell is going on? Oh, boy. Welcome in. Welcome, friends. The Eric St. Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Each and every day of a, normal work week. What the hell is going on here? I walked into a Grumpy Gus over at Bosco's Pub yesterday. Hold on, my hair is all jacked. I don't like that. I walk in at Bosco's and Doug says to me, "Hey, Eric." "Hey, Doug. How's it going?" I'm like, uh-oh, he's crabby. Now, when Doug gets crabby, you pretty much avoid. Don't ask any questions. Don't get into his way when he's walking. So I recognize that right away. Now, I have no idea what the problem is. I just know it's not me. So I know that I can't do anything to get on his radar. So when that happens, I just keep my head down. This man could kill me in the blink of an eye. Eventually, okay, he works his way out of it. First, he's like, my shoulders are killing me. Now, he has like all sorts of shoulder issues from years of intense weightlifting. The guy is as big as a house. All right. And the doc says to him, "Look, I want you to stop lifting heavy weight with your shoulders." And he's one of these people that goes to the doctor and says, "Hey, this hurts." And then the doc says, "Okay, yeah, well, here's the problem. I want you to, do something else. I don't know, anything but this, but lifting 200 pounds over your head." "Oh, okay, great." And then he goes home and puts 200 pounds over his head. So I said to him, I go, "Doug, you got to do some yoga." And he's like, "What? I'm not going to do yoga." And I go, no, seriously. It'll increase your flexibility. It's great for strength. And you're not a spring chicken. You're like 57 years old here. Okay? And, you can do DDP yoga. That's like Diamond Dallas Page. It's fantastic. Everybody raves about DDP yoga. And he's like, no, fuck you. I go, all right, fine. So then he's just aching and hurting. And I need some medicine. He's just grumpy as shit. So then as the night is winding down and he's no longer in a shitty mood, okay, I reference, I said something about, earlier today you were so butthurt. And he goes, "Well, sometimes things don't go as planned." And I'm thinking to myself, yeah. And, Jocko Willing, good. Yeah, I know. If things don't go as planned, is that the cue to and stick your thumb in your mouth and go, "Oh, you're an adult." I mean, Jesus. He goes, "Well, the beer distributor brought the wrong kind of beer. And they said, 'Here you go.' And I said, 'Nuh-uh.'" And I'm like, is that it? Is that what set you off today? You got wrong beer? "Well, Dee Dee's out of town, and I had to get somebody to watch the dogs." Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? I cannot believe this. The other day, a couple weeks ago when we got that snow, he shows up to work and he has to shovel a bit the walkway. And I come into work. And I go, hey, I was going, whoa, it was a bad day. Yeah? I'm way behind. I had to shovel snow. I was like, well, okay, but at the same time, you knew we had the snow. This is not a surprise. Oh, my God. If he finds out that I talked about this, he's going to beat my ass. Jesus. Things that set him off. He's a fragile little flower. Tyler says, you should have hit him with the old size of the problem, Doug. I'll never forget that. Eric, what? Size of the problem. How big is the problem? Is it this big? No. She holds up her thumb and her index finger. Is it this big with like half an inch between them? Yes. What is your reaction? Your reaction is this big with her arms wide open. You need to react. This is what I do with my kids in special ed, Eric. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. But it's true. It's true. You know, you gotta react appropriately to the size of the problem. You can't overreact. So I try to do that as I have gotten older. I've tried to adopt that. Aram writes, this fry cook is going to be found in the dumpster, snapped in 2 pieces. Aram, will you send me a link to your artwork? I discovered your artwork page the other day. And oh my God. Now, I knew you were talented because over my shoulder here on the wall, you can see the picture of Dude Shadoway, that he basically just looked at the internet picture of the supposed picture of Dude Shadoway and hand drew that. You have got to send me that link. I really like the Johnny Cash one. Oh, God damn it. I knew you were talented, but it's not until I saw some of the other pieces of work that you've done that I was really, really stoked about. Portraits by Aram. Let me see what's up. By Aram. There it is. Oh. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Yeah. This is like somebody gives them a picture of the dogs with a stick, and then he draws it. So you can get like any picture made into like something like this. I think this is pencil. I'm not sure. Pencil, charcoal, perhaps. He's got dogs. He's got cats. And then people. Look at this sadistic son of a bitch. Laughing clown. Whoever this actual real picture is has murdered people. I love the Johnny Cash. My God. He's got that dart between his fingers burnt all the way down. I don't know who this Lon Chaney. Isn't that the horror movies, old school horror movies? What, like Dracula or some shit? This one's called Hodgepodge. That is Aram's mother. What a beauty. Oh, my God. Dude Shadoway. Another sadistic clown. John Brown. I don't know who John Brown is. Another crazy clown. Elvis. Oh, my God. Look at that. How the fuck do you do this? There you go. So you can commission Aram. Look, it says contact right here. You can contact him. Okay. So that might be like a fun gift for somebody. How cool is that? A little free ride for you, Aram. It's because you are special. Maureen says maybe he could draw me in clown face. No. You sound like a clown. All right. I don't know how the hell I got on that. I have no recollection. Okay, I was talking about Doug. Somehow I went from talking about Doug at Bosco's to Aram. And then I think Aram made a comment, which made me think about Aram because I discovered Aram has a website where he talks about his drawings. All right. Toby Keith has passed away. This is a bummer. I think about 2 years ago, maybe less, he a stomach cancer diagnosis. 18 months after he revealed he had stomach cancer, he was just 62 years old. Unbelievable amount of hits for this guy. I mean, you go back to the early 90s or early to mid 90s. Since he started writing music, Toby Keith has written over 5,000 songs. I think he was working like in the oil industry before he hit it big in music. And boy, did he. I mean, this guy, he's the type of dude that would write like a patriotic song and you just want to go fucking join the army. Courtesy of the red, white, and blue, you know? That's the one that you hear it and, you know, you immediately want to enlist. Just really, really patriotic songs. I don't think he did anything too fucked up in his life that comes to mind. Beer for My Horse is another great song that he sang with Willie Nelson, including that line. I think there was a bunch of people that were butthurt because there's a line in the song about hanging people. Well, yeah, but he's not. It doesn't say we're going to go hang some black people. It says we're going to go hang the bad, evil guys who do bad or something like that. I don't know. Great song. I love that song, Beer for My Horses. I love this bar, Red Solo Cup. People, when they listen to Toby Keith songs, would either want to join the military, drink, or hang someone. Should have been a Cowboy was his first single. Was written in a motel bathroom in Dodge City, Kansas. He most recently performed a few sold-out shows, I think in Vegas, in December. He's had more than 10 billion, with a B, digital streaming plays, which is, I guess, what you use nowadays to actually show that you've made it as opposed to actually selling albums. Rest in peace. 32 number ones, 42 top tens. Toby Keith passes away at 62 years old. Corey says Red Solo Cup is his best. Was a huge hit. That's the one. Let's have a party. Yeah, let's have a party and then let's go join the army and blow up Afghanistan. Chris says, I think he was arrested in Buffalo back in the day for something. He had a beef with the Dixie Chicks. Yeah, I remember that because I think the then known as the Dixie Chicks, now just known as the Chicks, because Dixie is like, you don't want to say that. Darla. Outside of that, I don't think we have anything too outrageous with him. Stealing a horse from the share. He stole a horse? Holy shit, that's excellent. We have a couple of NFK stories to get into today. All right. Now, I have talked to you about the dynamic here around the house. If you get asked a question by our beloved NFK, It is always two questions. First one is the actual question. And the second one is the follow-up. Darla's starting to squeak a little. Tyler says the actual question, then the confirmation question. If I'm opening a pill bottle and putting medicine in my hand and he sees me, I might get, "Are you taking your medicine, Eric?" My response? Yep. Then the confirmation question. Are you? Yes. Darla. Okay, no. Just pause in the story. I think she's going to fall asleep because I think she's losing intensity on her little squeaks. Amanda says, what is she whining about? God knows what. She's got it made. Look at her. O'Neill says, that's enough. I'm out. I can't do it. I just can't do it. The NFK also has a tendency to only ask you questions that are obvious, that with just a couple of visual cues, he knows the answer. Yesterday, on that kitchen counter in front of me, celery stalks, romaine lettuce, spinach, tomato, my vegetable slicer, a knife in my hand, doing a chopping motion on the cucumber, carrots, a bowl, like not a B-U-L-L, a bowl, B-O-W-L, and salad dressing. All of these things are in front of me. Can you guess the question that I received while doing that? As chopping sounds are happening, what was the question that went into my brain? Wow, you guys got it? How? How did you figure that out? Are you making a salad, Eric? I said, why, yes. And he said, are you? And I said, yes. And then he grabbed a paper towel, folded it in half, and walked out of the room. The day before. Oh, jeez. Darla, this might be another problem. While the Vitamix is on, and all the ingredients are in it, I'm standing in front of it. He walked in, grabbed a paper towel, folded it in half, and asked, are you making a smoothie? And I said, why, yes. And he said, are you? And I said, yes, I am. And then he walked out of the room. All right. Corey with the line, my reply would have been, no, I'm cooking a steak. Yeah, I don't want to do that. You got to understand here. Hold on a second. Darla, Why are you humping? Knock it off. Blink, blink, blink. Maureen says, what if you answered no to the follow-up question? Oh, that would rock his world. Now, this would drive a lesser man crazy. And a lesser man would turn into a smartass like all of you are, okay? But you got to understand. This is the tism talking. And he just wants to feel like this is what I tell myself. He just wants to feel like he's part of the family and he's conversing. These are the things he's going to converse with you about. Sarah said, I missed this during the salad discussion. Fuck salad, then gives it the finger. Fuck you, salad. Oh, shit. Amy says, we learned from the champ, Eric. Linda says, you have more patience than I ever could. I even have more patience than Diana. You should see Diana. She starts to get agitated. I go, you can't lose your patience with him. You have to, keep it, stop. Don't do that. What happened the other day? Oh, fuck. So he has a ultrasound scheduled for his liver. And he actually asked me a great question. This actually saved the fucking day because on my chart it says your ultrasound is scheduled for like in a couple days, and he goes, "Do I have any special requirements? Like, do I have to fast for that?" And this is at 4:30 in the afternoon. Is there any like fasting requirements? And I go, I don't know. Let me check. Call up the app. Special instructions. I go, Kevin, you have to fast for 8 hours beforehand. And his face just goes white as a ghost. Okay. And I know exactly what he's thinking. He goes, well, fuck that. I go, what's up? He goes, I need to eat. I mean, because, if you get in the way of the routine, Tism law dictates that you can lose your shit. So I can see, the lava starting to like bubble up inside of his brain. And I go, he goes, can you reschedule it? I said, do you want me to reschedule it for like the morning? Because that way the fast can occur while you're sleeping. Yeah. Would you? Did you? Would you? I go, absolutely. And it's a damn good thing he asked me, because had he not, I wouldn't have thought of it. Had he not asked me like the day before, well, fuck, you'd have just eaten. That's what would have happened, and we would have ended up canceling it or moving it anyway. But so I rescheduled it. And then as I tell him, I go, hey, it's been rescheduled for this day in the early morning. No big deal. He goes, oh. And you could just see soothing the savage beast. Now, I discussed with you, it might have been on Patreon, that he has this obsession now, because a lot of this has to do with all the way his brain works out, routines, and once he gets into a habit of something, it's impossible to break. One of the things is if he takes a shower, he's got to put his watch back on. He has to. Now, he has nowhere to be. He has no reason to even look at the fucking watch, but he's got to have that goddamn watch on his hand. And it's got like a Velcro tab on it, and it's tapered at the end of it so you can slide it into the buckle easily. Even he could do it. Well, all of a sudden, he can't do it anymore. So I'm like, why? I wonder why he can't do that anymore. He doesn't have the dexterity. I go, well, what the fuck? So he keeps saying, hey, can you put my watch on for me? I go, yeah, sure. So I put his watch on for him. And then the other day, he comes just before the show starts. He knocks on the door. Can you put my watch on for me? I go, you can just come in. He goes, well, I didn't know if you were doing your show. I go, well, first of all, I'm not talking. But anyway, I go, well, if you're not sure, just wait, and I'll get it when I come down. Oh, and I could see he's like, oh, God, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that shit. Are you kidding me? It's got to be on my wrist. So then I put it on the other day, and he goes, yep. It used to have that tapered part on it. And I go, well, what happened to it? Because I cut it off. Like, he gets his sister, he just fucking cuts the thing off. I go, what'd you cut it off for? He goes, well, it wasn't sticking anymore. Okay. So then today, I'm downstairs making the coffee, making the cream of wheat, getting ready to come up here and do my thing. He goes, I'm going to go up and take a shower. Okay. He takes the shower. Now, all of this shit, he's nude. The watch comes off, takes the shower. He's now thinking, I got to get to Eric before he starts his show and get my watch on my wrist, no matter what. So he hears me walking up the steps. He stops what he's doing in the bathroom, which is getting dressed. He has a T-shirt on and nothing else, and comes walking out of the bathroom with his giant ball sack and his micro dick swinging left and right, naked from the waist down. He goes, hey, can you put my watch on? And I'm like, fuck. What am I seeing here? Yeah, I put the fucking watch. Yes, I can. Can you? Yes, I can. All right. Megan says maybe a slap bracelet watch. That is a great idea. That is a fantastic idea. You can count on that happening. Maureen says take a scissors and taper the end again. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can. I don't want to fuck the watch up worse, though, because, there's stitching holding the Velcro onto the portion that the back of it, the backing, I guess. So if I cut it, it might open up into two, the Velcro and the backing. You know what I mean? Might fuck it up. The watch is fucked up. I don't even know if the fucking thing works. Tyler says, are you cold, Kevy? Yeah, how can you tell? Come on. Maureen says, what about super glue? I'm getting a lot of great suggestions here. Becky writes, how about an elastic band? I love mine because then I'm not having to fuck with the clasp. Megan says, I'm going into a meeting, but slap bracelet watches on Amazon. Oh, my God. His mind would be blown, my dear. Blown. All right. We have to get into the new drama about nudity on the show, on the Patreon. And Hurricane Ashley is not here, and which surprises me. I thought that she would be here. There's a new development on the Eric Zane Show podcast and nudity. Now, I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I am not promoting nudity on the Patreon bonus podcast at all. By the way, the coincidence here is remarkable. Amy sent this along. Amy and Ashley sent this along. Amy wrote, you have opened Pandora's box, Eric. I don't think so. A new category worldwide, Hurricane Ashley, LOL. There has been a new category announced that going forward, Category 5 Hurricane is no longer the biggest. Category 6. We can just call it Category Ashley. Okay. Last week on the Patreon, on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, out of the blue, Ashley decided to show her boobies, which was ridiculous. And I did not see it the first time. I think Chris K saw it, and then Amy saw it. And I'm like, what the fuck's she laughing at? And then it happened again. She did it a total of 5 times. And I was like, don't do that. Okay, knock it off. Come on. So I eventually had to shut her camera down. And then that was it. And then I was worried to death about getting banned on Patreon. I was under the impression that, if you show nudity on Patreon, you're screwed. That if they find out about it, they could shut your page down. And I can't have that. It's one thing to lose a sponsor because Kristen Megan Kelly, or whatever the fuck her name is, Megan Kelly Kristen, gets one of my stupid sponsors to pull their ads because I fucking say the shit I say. But Patreon's different. Make a lot of money off Patreon. Thank you to all of you. I appreciate that. Actually, I thank me because I'm the commodity. So I am very thankful for myself for being so wonderful. So I went ahead and I took that video of the live Ben and Eric Patreon podcast and I took out all the nudity of Ashley showing her boobs. And then I realized I fucked up well after the fact because when I edited it, I didn't take out one of the flashing moments or something like that. Maybe even more than one of them. There were so many. But I hurried through it, reposted it, and then you guys waited for like a day to watch it all again. And then you said, oh, hey, by the way, there's still boobies on there. I'm like, oh, God damn it. So yesterday, part of my day was re-editing it again. And then I posted, oh, my God. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Holy shit. So I went and refixed it all up. And then she knew that I was pissed off. So she said, hey, I'm sorry about that. I won't do that again. I go, look, yeah, promise me you won't do that anymore. I can't have that. Logan reaches out to me in Maine. Easy. I just wanted to let you know that nudity is absolutely allowed on Patreon, as long as it doesn't show someone engaged in a sexual act, and also if it is behind a paywall and is marked as 18 plus. Now, everything I do on Patreon is 18 plus, and it all is behind a paywall. He said, I just wanted to ease your anxiety a little bit, as it clearly worried you. And I was so thankful that he did that. Now, this is where it gets weird. Because I then assumed that everybody else was anxious like me. And you don't want me, to be worried about that shit. So I did the old, hey, everybody, guess what? I'm in the clear. I won't get in any trouble for all the boobies that Ashley showed. If someone decided to screenshot it or something like that. So that's why I posted it, which kind of makes sense in hindsight, but actually less sense now than when I posted it. But that's where I was going with it. And right away, everybody was like, oh, Maureen was like, you shouldn't have said that. And Ashley even said, why are you telling me this? You shouldn't have told me this. And so, all right. Aram asks, why does the 7-day free trial count as a paywall? But does the 7-day free trial count as a paywall? Yeah, that's out the window now. If anyone decided to show their boobs now, according to the letter of the law on Patreon, I would not be in trouble for that. But that's not the reason why I was posting that, hey, guys, guess what? I'm not in trouble. That doesn't mean, hey, everybody, show me your tits, okay? Or show me your asshole. But that's exactly what she goes, oh, well, that's great. Now I'm going to show everyone owes me an apology now. Oh, my God, fuck you. Everyone owes me an apology now. Now I'm going to show you my asshole, my vagina. Maureen says, exactly. Now she knows you won't suffer consequences. It's anything goes, LOL. Look, at the end of the day, I am in charge. Okay? If anyone decided to show their boobs, it would last maybe half a second, and then I would turn the camera off. I'm still in charge. I'm still telling you, don't do that. So in my opinion, nothing has changed. There is not going to be nudity on the Patreon. All right? We're not going to be saying, all right, the idea of a third tier, tier 1 audio, tier 2 audio video live streams, tier 3 tits. All right? We will not be having nudity. A great point is made. Logan is not as correct as he thinks he is. Nudity isn't allowed on YouTube hosted videos. It's an excellent point. We will not be doing nudity. And I will have a private conversation with Ashley saying, no, seriously, I'm actually telling you, do not take off your clothes. Corey describes it as the titty tier. Wait. How much is tier 3 subscription? We could make it tier 3 where it's just Ashley sitting there with her shirt off. And I would split the profits with her. That is the only way this would work. But even that is not going to work. That is an absolute joke. There is some debate now about nudes on YouTube. Corey adds, nudes are allowed on YouTube if it is a tutorial. I don't think this will be a tutorial. PSN Bleach says, bring Cinnamon Muff in on this. No, we're not going to show my wife's muff on Patreon. Nothing has changed. Look, I posted that I'm not now safe and I'm not in jeopardy of losing my page, which I thought was useful information for the audience that cares about me and wants the show to grow. It was not a green light to announce, hey, guess what? You can show your boobs. All right? Corey says if they're doing like, hey, this is how you look for breast cancer, that's okay. I don't think that's going to happen. Amanda says, we do care about you, Eric. We are glad you're not getting in trouble. Let us have our fun. Well, I'll let you talk about it, but you cannot show your breasts on this, especially yours. I mean, my God. If that fucking boulder comes flopping out, it's going to cause a 11 on the Richter scale earthquake. Don't post content on YouTube if it shows the depiction of clothed or unclothed genitals, breasts, or buttocks that are meant for sexual gratification. Nudity and, well, there's a lot of gray area there. Because Ashley would say, and I could say, that it's meant for shock and comedic value. Donut Dan says, glad you're not going down the Howard Stern road. You're much more talented than that crap. No, that makes me uncomfortable. Ashley, let me just honestly tell you, Ashley taking her shirt off made me unbelievably uncomfortable. Okay? Not even kidding. This has been a hilarious thread, but it 1,000,000% ends here. Okay? It is not my intention when I post that there are no troublesome ramifications if a person shows their breasts on Patreon, according to Patreon. That is not my intention for you to go ahead and give you the green light to go and show your boobs. I will shut you down if that happens. Make no mistake. This is Easy's product, and Easy does not want that. I do not want to see dicks or boobs or assholes or vaginas. No. Maureen says, a desperate cry for attention. Look, I don't know about any of that. All I care about is my show. Aram says Ashley and Eric should have a podcast. She would make him so uncomfortable and they would have funny arguments. Oh boy, I don't know. She's like Dark Phoenix. She cannot be contained. I take an absolute backseat to her, and maybe that would be fun for you, but it would be the most incredibly painful thing that I've ever had to endure. O'Neill is dreaming and making strange noises with his eyes open. Titty tier on a Big Titty Tuesday on today's Big Titacular. My God. Who knew that boobies could cause such an uproar? Donut Dan says, I'm super OCD here. Can you fix the crooked Jake and Elwood poster? Yeah, that's a great idea because that bothers me too. Typically, during the week, I announce which day of the week will be a big fraud week here on the show with Ben Glaze. And unfortunately, no days will be a big fraud day because Wednesday to Sunday, every minute of every day is booked. Whether it's sports or the other things that are going on in my life, we are actually putting a pause on this week's Ben and Eric and Who Are These episodes. I will, however, post something to listen to while I'm away. So, this actually works out fantastic. It needs a rest after all of that. But the following week, back as good as new. All right. If you are watching the show on Facebook or X or YouTube, thank you so much for checking it out. And if you want the full show, it's available on Twitch. Download the Twitch app, search Eric Zane Live, and you are in business. Or if you're at a desktop or a laptop, go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. All one word, and you are good to go. Send me an email on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. And download the audio podcast wherever you download shows. I prefer Apple Podcasts. This becomes the audio podcast shortly after I finish up with a couple quick edits, show notes, and off we go. And then, of course, the Patreon. Been a lot of talk about the Patreon lately. So the thing I can stress about that is that you get 7 days free. It is a no booby zone. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. 7 days free when you sign up. You do need a payment form when you sign up, but you can immediately cancel it if you want, and you still get the 7 days. So that's cool. Some folks just like wait through it and say, yeah, let's see how he does. And then they like it, and then off they go. $5 or $10 a month. As I said, $5 a month is the audio, $10 a month, the audio, video, live streams. And $5,000 a month is the full titty tier. I haven't yet launched that. Still waiting on approval. But okay. There you go. The open and live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast. First of all, let me kick these folks out.